Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Satrio Tandang Raisa Madani, and today I want to review my final exam of numerical methods. First, I will do a muhasabah. After a half following numerical method class with Padai, I found the way he integrate between the consciousness, thinking, and engineering education, especially in numerical methods. And it's called DAI-5 method. The DAI-5 method is a framework to solve problems in numerical, engineering, or other problem. It's not only enhance my technical skills, but also deepen my spiritual understanding. Throughout my time in Padai class, I've experienced significant personal and academic growth. I have consistently attend class with a consciousness and intention. This practice has helped me develop a sense of awareness in everything I do. I also read and watch the materials that Padai shares in our WhatsApp group, even though I miss a few. I was coming late to attend the class on several times, but by strengthening my intention, I became more prepared and I can attend the class on time. The DAI-5 has added value to my learning process by encouraging me to start every task with a clear purpose, analyze problem critically, make a reasonable assumption, and execute solution systematically. This structured approach has not only improved my technical skills, but also my overall discipline and time management. In my opinion, I deserve a score of 80 because I feel proud of the video assignments I complete. They were well received. Compared to some of my classmates' works, my videos demonstrate a solid understanding and application of concept thought. Although some of my classmates are better than me. Okay, so we will solve all the question in SIMIOD student version military application of Spring Mass. There are 5 questions, and this is for the first question. Can pause and read the question. So in this first question, we have to determine the critically damped value for each shock, solve the spring mass system for each shock with the given damping value and also with the critically damped value, and discuss the model of each shock with regards to the satellite being placed on the trailer. Okay, so we will solve all the question with the DAI-5 method. Firstly is intention. In the intention, determine the critically damped value for each shock and compare it to the given damping coefficient. Solve and compare the spring mass system for each shock with both the given damping value and the critically damped value, and decide which shock is best for the STT suspension system when loading the satellite based on the analysis. Next is initial thinking. In this question, the given data is mass of the loaded trailer, initial displacement of shock before loading, and we got spring constant and damping coefficient for each shock for air coasters, cloud riders, and extreme shocks. In idealization, first we assume the system starts from the rest, so the initial velocity is 0. The system is initially at equilibrium, so we need to model the displacement when the trailer is loaded. And we use the formula for critical damping, this formula. Okay, next we're going to the instruction. So for part A, we have to determine the critically damped value. The critically damped value or beta critical for each shock is calculated as follows with this formula. Okay. So we will solve with Python. Okay, so this is the code to solve the first question in part A. So first we have to import NumPy as NP and then input the given data is the mass of loaded trailer in kilogram, and then input the spring constant and damping coefficient for each shock. Then we calculate the critically damped value for each shock with this code, and after running this code we get the value for each damp critically value for each shock for the air coasters, cloud riders, and extreme shocks. Okay. So we got this from running the code. We got this critically damped values. Okay. So now we compare to the given damping coefficient to the critically damped values. So for the air coasters, the given beta is 100, which means it's less than the critically damped values for the air coasters, so it's under damped. And for the cloud riders, the given beta is larger or greater than the critically damped value of the cloud rider, so it's over damped. And for the extreme shock, because the given beta is just little little greater than the critically damped, it's slightly over damped. Okay. Now for the part B, we'll solve the spring mass system for each shock using the given damping coefficient and the critically damped value, and we will use the differential equation with the initial condition this. Okay, so we'll solve this on the Python. Okay, so this is the code for the first question in part B. First, you have to import matplotlib.pyplot_splt from scipy.integrate import solve_ivp, and then you input the initial condition, time span for the simulation, define the differential equation function, solving the differential equation for each shock with given and critical damping values. This is for the given damping values, and this is for the critically damped values. Okay, and plot the results. After we run the code, we get we get graph of the air coasters, cloud riders, and extreme shocks. This graph is displacement over time, and the solid blue lines represent the given damping, and the dotted lines, the dotted orange lines represent the critical damping. So for the air coasters, given damping is 100, which means the system is under damped, showing oscillatory behavior with decreasing amplitude over time. And critical damping of the air coasters is means the system quickly returns to equilibrium without oscillating. Okay, now we'll analyze the cloud riders. Okay, for the given damping of cloud riders, the system is overdamped and the displacement slowly returns to equilibrium without oscillating. And for the critical damping, the system is quickly returns to equilibrium without oscillating and faster than the given damping. You can see the line. And for the extreme shocks, the given damping is so for the given damping of extreme shocks, the system is slightly overdamped and the displacement returns to equilibrium relatively quickly. For the critical damping, the behavior is similar to the given damping as the values are very close, showing efficient damping with no oscillation. Okay. And last, for the first question, part C will analyze the results and decide which shock is the best for the STT suspension system for loading. Okay, so first we're gonna analyzing for the air coaster. The given damping of air coaster show oscillatory behavior, which might not be ideal for transporting sensitive equipment like satellites. And critical damping for the air coasters quickly stabilize without oscillation, making it better option if adjusted to critical damping. Now, the given damping of cloud riders is very overdamped, causing slow returns to equilibrium. This might not be efficient as it takes longer to stabilize. For the critical damping, it offers much faster stabilization, making it more efficient for this application. And for the given damping of extreme shock, it's already close to critical damping, showing efficient damping with quick stabilization. And for the critical damping, it's similar to given damping, indicating it's well-tuned for the task. So based on the analysis, uh, I have a recommendation for this. I have three uh, recommendation. For the first one is extreme shocks appear to be the best choice as they already close to critically damped behavior, ensuring quick stabilization without oscillation. If adjustment can be made, air coasters with critically damping could also be good option. And the last recommendation is cloud riders might be less efficient unless tuned to critical damping. So the conclusion is the extreme shocks provide a balanced and coefficient damping system suitable for the STT suspension when loading a satellite. Okay, this is the second question. And in this second question, we have to solve the associated non-homogeneous equation and plot the solution for each shock. We have to find the maximum or the minimum displacement for each shock system and present in the table. Determine the best shock for the suspension system of the STT and explain your decision from the perspective of the satellite. And for your recommendation shock, solve the associated homogeneous equation. Identify both the transient solution and the steady state solution in your solution. Okay, so for the second question, as usual, we have to start with the intention. The intention for this to solve this question is solve the non-homogeneous differential equation for each shock and plot the solution. Find the maximum and minimum displacement for each suspension system and analyze their long-term performance. Determine the best shock for the STT suspension system based on the analysis, and for the recommendation shock, solve the homogeneous differential equation, identify the transient of and steady-state solution, and discuss their impact on the satellite. From the question, we get the given data of force on the shock equation with the initial condition, and we also got the spring constant and damping coefficient for each shock for air coasters, cloud riders, and extreme shocks. Idealization. First, we assume the system starts from the rest initial displacement and the velocity, and the initial velocity is 0. Then use the numerical methods to solve the non-homogeneous differential equation. Okay, for the instruction, for the second question is for the part A, have to solve the non-homogeneous differential equation. This equation with initial condition is. Okay. For the part B, we will find the maximum and minimum displacement for each shock. And for part C, analyze the results to determine the best shock for the STT suspension system. For part D, we will solve the homogeneous differential equation for the recommended shock with this equation. Okay, so this is the code, the Python code to solve the question number 2, part A and B. So first we have to define the force function, and then we define the differential equation function with forcing equation, and then solving the differential equation for each shock with the given damping value. And then plot the result. Okay, so this is the graph for the displacement over time for air coasters, cloud riders, and extreme shock with the forcing function. Okay, so from this graph we can determine the maximum displacement and minimum displacement, and we also can determine the behavior of the displacement over time for each shock. Okay, next, for the third question. In the third question, we have to solve the initial value problem for a function with the time and frequency parameter as variables. Then we have to characterize the suspension system at this value. For the part C, we have to create an interactive plot of the solution that you found in part 3A with respect to the frequency parameter for the first 10 minutes of driving. Okay. Now let's solve the third question with the I5 method. Firstly is intention. solve the initial value problem for the undamped shock using a variable frequency parameter. Identify the frequency at which the solution become invalid. Create an interactive plot of the solution with respect to omega for the first 10 minutes of driving and analyze the result. Okay, so this is a given data. Initial thinking. The given data is spring. We got the spring constant, damping coefficient, force function, and initial condition. In idealization, we assume the system is linear and undamped. We will solve the differential equation numerically to understand the behavior of the system with variable frequency omega. Okay, for the instruction part A, we will solve the initial value problem of this with this equation with the initial condition. Okay, for the question number 3, part A, this is the Python code. First, we have to import numpy s and p from scipy.integrate import solve underscore ivp, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and then input the given data, then simulate for the 10 minutes or 600 seconds. And then this is the variable frequency parameter. And then define the force function with variable frequency. And define the differential equation function for the undamped system with variable frequency. Then solve the differential equation for the undamped system with a given omega and extract displacement values. Then last is plot the displacement over time for the undamped system with the initial omega. Okay, so after we run this code, we got this graph. Graph is the displacement over time for the prime shock with omega is equal to 1. Here you can see this, the graph is sinusoidal, and you can see the maximum displacement and the minimum displacement. Okay, now for the question number 3, part B, analyze the displacement measurement provides to find the value of omega, which the displacement becomes unrealistic or too large. And then for part C, we'll create an interactive plot showing the displacement over time for different values of omega and analyze the effect of frequency changes on the suspension system. So this is the code for the question number 3, part G. Input the given spring constant, variable frequency parameter omega, and define the force function with variable. And then define the differential equation function for the undamped system with variable frequency. Solve the differential equation for the undamped system. Extract displacement values and plot the displacement over time undamped system initial omega. Okay. So this is the So it's basically the same code with the three question three number. It's basically same as the code number 3 part A, but we get the each value for each time. So this is the array of the displacement of each time. Okay. And now we're going to next question, to the fourth question. Question is fourth question. We have to plot the data of the phenomenon and describe the behavior of the trailer. Use the data and Mathematica to estimate the damping coefficient by minimize the sum of square errors or SSE between the data and the prediction of your model. A suggestion was made that the truck is experiencing resonant orbits. Is this a reasonable hypothesis? If they don't turn off the vehicle and the shock can only extend and compress a length of 0.5 meters, will the structural integrity of the truck be compromised? Okay, so we'll answer this question with the 5. First, for the intention, plot the data of the trailer's displacement and describe its behavior. Estimate the damping coefficient by minimizing the sum of square errors or SSE between the data and model prediction. Evaluate if resonance or bits are causing the motion, and determine if the structural integrity of the trailer will be compromised given the shock maximum, extension, or compression limits. Okay. In this initial thinking, we got the given data of mass of the gun, spring constant, force function, maximum displacement of shock, and displacement data from engineer's measurements. Idealization, assume the system is linear, then harmonic oscillation subject to an external force function. Use the differential equation to model the system, and solve the differential equation numerically to estimate the damping coefficient. Okay. Instruction. For part A, first we have to plot the data and describe the behavior based on the plot. The displacement increase. So before we describe the behavior, we have to plot the data for the part A. Okay, so this is the Python code for question part A. Import matplotlib as VLT and then input the given displacement data, then plot the displacement of trailer over time. So we got the graph of displacement of trailer over time. You can see the displacement is linear with time. As the time increase, the displacement is also increase. So it has a positive gradient. And the behavior based on the plot is the displacement increase over time. The trailer appears to experience growing oscillation which suggests instability. For the part B, we'll estimate the damping coefficient by minimizing the sum of square error or SSE between the measured data and the model's prediction. The estimated damping coefficient will be the value that minimizes the SSE. Okay. So this is the code for the fourth question part B. And after we run the code, we get this value. So this value is estimated damping coefficient that will minimize the SSE. Okay. For the part C, we have to evaluate if the trailer is experience resonance or beats. So the resonance is occur when the forcing frequency is matched or the natural frequency of the system. Beats is occur when two frequencies are close to each other. So it's causing an interference pattern. And natural frequency of the system is given by this formula. For the given system, we use the formula and input the data. So we get the value of the omega. The forcing function has a frequency of 1 radian per second, which is close to the natural frequency. This suggests that the resonance is reasonable hypothesis. And for part B, we will solve the differential equation to determine if the displacement exceeds plus minus 0.5 meters. Check if the displacement exceeds the shock limits. And if the displacement exceeds the limits, the structural integrity of the shock stroke will be compromised. Okay. So this is the code for the part B. Then plot the graph. So we got the displacement of trailer over time with estimated damping graph. This blue line is represent the displacement over time, and the red dotted line is represent the max compression and max extension of the trailer. So you can see in this graph that the displacement over time is far away from the max compression or the max extension. So the structural integrity of the truck not be compromised. Okay. For the last question is we have to and this is the last question. Okay. So we'll solve the question with the Die5 method. First, we have to have an intention to solve this question. The intention are model the suspension system using the given parameters, find the maximum and minimum displacement, assess the system performance, and determine if it can withstand the rough terrain. Initial thinking, we got the given data of spring constant, damping coefficient, mass, external force model by direct delta function, maximum extension or compression of the shock system, and initial condition that the trailer at the rest and equilibrium position. In idealization, we assume the system is linear, the harmonic oscillator are subjected to impulse force. use the differential equation to model the system, this equation, and then solve the differential equation numerically to find displacement over time. So this is the instruction to solve the fifth question. For the part A, we'll solve the differential equation using numerical method to model the suspension system. The direct delta function impulse will be approximated for numerical simulation. For part B, from the solution obtained, we will find the maximum and minimum displacement. And for the part C, we need to check if the displacement exceed the maximum allowed extension or compression of 20 centimeters or 0.2 meters. Additionally, if the time between impulse is decreased to the 2 seconds, we need to rerun the simulation. Okay. So this is the code for the question number 5. First, we have to import the library and then define the parameters, define the force function, define the differential equation, solve the differential equation, and then plot the solution. So this is the graph of displacement of trailer over rock terrain, and you can see the displacement is constant at the displacement is constant at the 0. I think my code is wrong, so this displacement is stay at 0. Then this is the code for the part B. From the solution that we obtain, we'll find the maximum and the minimum displacement. We got the maximum and minimum is 0, because you can see at this graph it's constant at 0, so the maximum or minimum will be 0. But I think because my code is wrong, so it's just constant at 0. I don't know. And this is for the part C, when the V is equal to I'm sorry, this is for the part C. We set the max compression is equal to 0.2, and again we get the false, because my code is wrong, I guess. And then this is for the V is 2. First, we define the external force, the new external force, define the new suspension system, then solve. Then we find the new maximum and minimum displacement. It's again and again, it's results the 0. I think because my code is wrong. Okay, so for the conclusion, for the part A, we need model the suspension system and visualize the displacement over time. For part B, we'll calculate the maximum and minimum displacement. Part C, we determine if the displacement exceed of shock system limits and evaluate the impact of decreasing to 2 seconds. And based on the results, if the displacement exceeds plus minus 0.2 meters, the structural integrity will be compromised. If the time between impulse is decreased, the displacement behavior needs to be careful evaluation. And for the guidance, use the shock that maintain displacement within safe limits to prevent damage. Okay, so this is my opinion about the Elon Musk questions for the AGI or the artificial general intelligence. What's outside the simulation? Uh, that question is based on his well-known interest in simulation theory. This theory thinks that our reality might be a computer simulation created by an advanced civilization. Elon Musk questioning whether the universe that we see is just a construct and what might lie behind it. So, connecting this idea to Islamic thoughts over a fascinating perspective. Islam emphasized the concept of the unseen or al-ghaib, that acknowledging that there are aspects of existence beyond the human understanding. In this context, Elon Musk's question can be seen as the modern reflection of the old-age human quest for understanding the unseen and the infinite. Although the simulation hypothesis is a product of contemporary technological thought, but it is in line with the Islamic belief in the existence of nature and reality beyond our perception. In conclusion, Elon Musk's question invites us to consider the nature of reality and our position within it. This will expand a wider exploration of possibilities beyond our current understanding and encourage the study of things beyond the limits. Okay. Okay, so that was my final exam review. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.